All right, guys, welcome back to another exciting episode. Thank you for joining us here at week 14. I'll start us off. Last week, I think I did great. I went 11-5. I think that's phenomenal most places, but unfortunately, here at our podcast, it's only second best sometimes. So I'll let you go from that, Mr. Eleazar.
All right, so last week was pretty much legendary. I went 15-2. I missed the Jets game because the Jets decided to be good last week, or maybe the Raiders had to be bad. I'm not sure. And then I missed Tuesday night's Dallas game. I thought that was going to be a little closer. It wasn't. Dallas just does not stop the run. But I went 15-2, which puts me at 92-90 on the year, and I'm finally positive again. We're good. I'm in the green. How'd you do, Will?
I went 500. I missed my lock, which, for those of you following, it's pretty rare. Pretty rare for me to miss my lock of the week, so that was shocking. But the lock didn't come through. But I ended up going 8-8, and I am 87-91 on the year. And I think for the first time, you have now officially overtaken me. I had a 13 weeks in a row lead that has now evaporated because, man, you were really on it last week. So we need.
Well, I hit my lock and I hit a perfect score.
You hit your lock always.
Well, yeah, that's because I know how to pick my lock.
If I hit half my locks, it'd be statistically over.
But I also hit another perfect score. That's 2 weeks in a row that I hit a perfect score.
I know. I was telling my friends at work today that I got the first actual perfect score of the year, and I was like, man, that felt really good. We should do something where we get extra credit for that. And then I didn't retroactively give myself a point, so I was like, hey, going forward, maybe we should do this. And you're like, yeah, maybe we should. And then you're just like, nail. I haven't got another one. So
last week I was off by 1 point. The Bengals Dolphins game, I had it 7-20. Dolphins scored 19.
Well, the funny thing is, Will texted us and said, man, that safety really messed up my perfect score. And then I showed him mine because it was the game that he messed up. I had given the team 2 extra points, and I was like, oh, like this, and I sent him a picture of my.
I did not realize that you actually hit it, and I was like, man, I had 24-20, and the Colts just got that safety, or I would have nailed it. But, yeah, so that was like salt in the wind.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Well,
you want to start us off? Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start just because it is the Rams game. They do play on Thursday. They're playing at home against the New England Patriots. New England, they looked pretty crazy. They looked pretty good last week. I'm not gonna lie. Well, they looked straight up dominant last week, and I did say, in a game where it's Bill Belichick versus Anthony Lynn, I think I'm going to take Bill Belichick 100% of the time. That paid off, obviously. However, I think Sean McVay can coach. So, yeah, and the Rams, I think, are way more talented. Our defense, we held Arizona to pretty much nothing other than the blown coverage at the beginning of the game. I think we stopped their offense, and I got the Rams as a 5.5-point favorite. Then covering 27-17.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Do we get
27-17? So
nice.
Same score alert. Same score
alert. So I agree with you there. Cam Newton, I mean, he threw for 69 yards. And he ran for 48. Cam Newton barely had over 100 total yards offense, and they won by 45. So tell me how that's possible. But I don't think New England is going to do well against the Rams defense. I think that the Rams are going to get pressure on Cam Newton. He's not going to play very well. And I agree. Rams by 10, Rams 27, Patriots 17.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. Rams number 2 defense of the league, number 3 offense of the league. So I got them winning 27-14 actually. A little more dominant than you guys.
Points. They have to.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from there, we have Texans at Bears. Texans are currently favored by 1 point. I think this is a weird game. Texans look good in spots, and the Bears defense is supposedly good, but I don't see it that way. I have Texans winning 20-13. Give me Texans -1.
I got similar. So I got Texans 20-17. And I got Houston -1. I think their defense is good, but there's only so much your defense can do after your offense just puts you in bad positions over and over again. And eventually, I think they're giving up. Honestly, I think they're like, yeah, this isn't our year. Maybe we should relax and let it play out. Because I mean, their offense isn't going to do anything, and they keep getting put in really bad spots. That's So I think their defense is good. They're just not playing to their potential.
Same page. Houston 24, Chicago 20. Deshaun Watson's really good, and when you have a really, really good player in a 1-point game, go with him
for sure.
All right. Dallas at Cincinnati. So the Bengals I don't know that they have much fight in them in any game they're going to be in. They aren't very good, and I think they're probably just kind of like, this season's over, let's survive mode. Season's over for Dallas too, but I don't know. I just think in a game of two teams that aren't very good, Dallas is definitely the more talented of the two, and so Dallas is a 3.5-point favorite, and I like them to cover in a kind of a sloppy game. Dallas 26, Cincinnati 18.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. You pretty much said everything I was gonna say. Dallas is just more talented. Dallas 24, Cincinnati 17.
I cheated off your page this week because you went 15-2, by
the way. Yeah, I got Dallas winning. I got Dallas winning pretty easily. Well, not pretty easily, but I got them covering 21-16. Dallas number 9 offense in the league, which is kind of surprising. I think at the beginning of the season, Dak did enough to like keep them up in the top tier for a while, I guess.
I think Dak was averaging over 500 yards a game, so that helps for sure.
Something ridiculous. I think like even he's been out for like 4 weeks now, and he's still like a top 10 quarterback, which is ridiculous. I don't know how that happens.
Yep. All right. Up next, I got Kansas City and Miami. This one was actually kind of hard for me to pick. Kansas City, they seem dominant, right? You'd think of their games, they scored 30 points in the first quarter. They seem like they're a very dominant team. They've been winning by like 3 points every game. I don't know if they let off the gas at halftime when they're up by 100, but something's going on there. Miami's actually playing pretty well, and they've, especially with the Steelers loss, the Ravens aren't. The AFC, not the Steelers, the Ravens aren't looking too good. The AFC wildcard spots are, up for grabs, and I think Miami's gonna have something to play for. I got Miami +7, Kansas City 30, Miami 26.
I'm taking Miami +7 as well. Like you said, Kansas City, they've been in one possession games all the way back to the Jets game, which was week 8 was the last time they really blew somebody out, even though they kind of feel like they're capable of doing that every week. I agree. It's going to be a closer game than a touchdown, but I think the Chiefs will win. Kansas City 28, Miami 23.
I don't know. I got this game. I got Kansas City -7, but when I was picking, for some reason in my head, I was like, Kansas City is going to want to show out this game. They're going to want to like show everyone that they're still like super dominant and super good. So I had Kansas City winning 28-16. I just think Kansas City gets it rolling this week. They got to get really hot, especially in like December going into the playoffs and stuff. So I just think Kansas City is going to string it all together right now and look super dominant like we should be.
Who's up?
Okay. So next I have Arizona at Giants. Arizona's favored -2. The Giants, man. What can we say about the Giants last week? That was pretty shocking. But I really like this young Arizona offense, Kyler Murray and D-Hop out there. So I think the catalyst of this game is going to be Colt McCoy. If Colt can play like how he played last week, I think the Giants might have a shot. But since it's too early to tell if he's legit or not, I'm gonna stick with Arizona, especially at -2. So I got Arizona winning 20-17.
I think the Giants have more than a shot in this game. I think the Giants win the game outright. I think Kyler Murray is not good. I think Cliff Kingsbury is a middle of the pack Big 12 air raid offense coach. And I just don't – I think they're a paper tiger. So I'm pretty much picking against them more than I'm picking the Giants. But I'm picking the Giants to win outright. So I'm taking Giants +2. New York 23, Arizona 21.
I've got the Giants +2, Arizona 24, Giants 23. Giants are sneaky good. Watch out. I think the Giants and the Redskins are going to be battling it out for that playoff spot. I think they're both sneaky good. Those defenses have been playing pretty well.
Dude, I want an NFC East team to win a playoff game so badly.
I want
them to go to like.
I think they might.
I want them to go on a run.
I'll tell you this. I don't want the Rams to go in as the 5 seed or whatever and have to play the NFC team. That's gonna be the story of the week. If it's
gonna be like way hyped. Yeah.
Super embarrassing.
And if you're like a 6-win, 7-win team going into the playoffs, you feel like you're just kind of playing with house money. You know what I mean? And it's
they're gonna be going all
you
have
absolutely nothing to lose. Like you shouldn't even be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dangerous team.
Yeah, I don't want to be there. As long as we're not playing the NFC East team and the San Francisco 49ers, I feel confident in the playoffs. But those two teams scare me. All right, Will.
All right, I got Green Bay at Detroit next. This was hard because for some reason ride or die with the Detroit Lions, but they came through on you newly fired your coach bonus last week, and I took them I should say as a outright underdog winner, and they came through. But I like the Packers in this game just because it's like the Packers just own Detroit, and I've said it before on this podcast. Until proven otherwise, I'm gonna roll with it. So Detroit 21, Green Bay 31, and I'm taking Green Bay -7.
I've got pretty similar there. I've got same thing. Detroit, I like them. I picked them like 90% of the time that we've been doing this, but Green Bay's got their number, and Detroit, they're not playing that well. I got Green Bay 33, Detroit 23. Also a 10-point game. Green Bay -7.
Yeah, we all got this at a 10-point game. I got Green Bay 27-17.
All right. Fair enough. I'll keep going down the line. Minnesota's playing in Tampa this week. Minnesota's a 6.5-point underdog. And I don't know what to think about Minnesota, but for some reason I've got them covering here. Tampa Bay 27, Minnesota 24. I do have Tampa Bay winning. I think they're the better team. However, I think, especially if Dalvin Cook's rolling, I think Minnesota keeps it close.
Yeah, I'm honestly right there with you too. I think Dalvin Cook kind of struggled last week. Hopefully he gets back on track this week. But I think Tampa Bay, like, they're hit or miss, man. When they're good, they're good, and they're blowing people out. But I think this Vikings team, especially with their run game, is going to make this kind of a closer game. So I have Vikings +6.5, 24-28. Tampa Bay wins. Vikings keep it close enough to cover.
Man, you said Tampa is hit or miss. I think the most freaking hit and missing team in the NFL is the Vikings. And I've said before I don't like picking their games, and I still don't. But I think kind of like I don't know why, but I think unlike the Cardinals, how they're hyped and not that good, I think that the Vikings should be good, and they're just not, and they're perpetually underachieving, and I don't really understand why. But I think they go down in this game. I have Tampa Bay 30, Minnesota 21, Tampa Bay -6.5.
There we go.
Fair enough. All right. Next, I have Broncos at Panthers. Panthers are 3.5-point favorite. I think Bridgewater, I don't know, man. Like, Mr. Two Gloves over there, I really like them. I know that they're struggling a little bit, but with Christian McCaffrey back, it's kind of hard to see the Broncos putting up much of a fight, especially just being 3.5-point favorites. So I'm going to take the Panthers minus 3.5 over the Broncos. Give me Panthers 26-20. I just can't see the Broncos putting up too much of a crazy fight. I think Panthers winning most of the game. Broncos score a touchdown late, make it a little bit closer, but Panthers cover 26-20.
I agree. When fake gambling with fake money on real NFL games, you roll with Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater forever. Carolina 27, Denver 12. Big field goal game.
I don't like Teddy. I still think he's too safe. Too safe is not good.
He is. He's like a slightly better Tyrod Taylor. You're right. You're not wrong, but you still bet on him.
I like Denver's defense, and Drew Lock's not that good. I'll admit it, but their defense is good, and I think Drew Lock can figure out how to score some points. He's got a lot of talent around him. That running game looked good last week. Jared Judy, good receiver. He's got a lot of talent there. I think figure out how to score points. And Carolina's honestly not been playing that well in the last couple of weeks. I think they
0-6.
Yeah, they've been playing bad, I would say. I like Denver 20-16. Denver winning outright, plus 3.5 points.
I think I'm up. All right, I'm gonna go to my favorite game to pick every week. The Colts. The Colts at the Raiders. I think a lot of people – the Raiders just squeaked by the Jets last week, and I think people kind of look into too much like, oh, you only beat a bad team by so much, therefore your chances of winning next week aren't as good. It's like it's hard to win every week. I'm not going to kill the Raiders for beating the Jets. The Bills only beat them by 8, but it's like I don't think that the Bills and Jets are even close. You know what I mean? So, like, I'm not going to kill the Raiders for squeaking by the Jets. They won a road game in the NFL. That's all you can do. However, I like the way the Colts are playing. And I think that the Colts defense, since they really struggled when they had some starters out on the COVID list and all that, they came back last week and they played really well. So I think they're going to continue that. And I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Colts are going to nudge it out. So the Colts are a 2-point favorite, and I have Indianapolis 28, Las Vegas 25.
All right, pretty much on the same page. I completely agree with Indianapolis. The only thing that can make them better is if maybe they would have gone out and picked up Andy Dalton instead of Fogarty.
True.
Other than
probably would be undefeated.
Yeah. Other than that, I think they're doing pretty well.
You saw how good he looked last night.
I mean, he looked good. Threw some good passes. If he had one more touchdown to Amari Cooper, I might be in the playoffs. But yeah, that was close. Anyways, I got Indianapolis 26, Las Vegas 23. 3-point game, Indianapolis -2.
You know, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I want the Colts -2, but Las Vegas has beat like 3 playoff teams already this year: Kansas City, the Browns, and the Titans. So I think Las Vegas can possibly get it done, but Colts defense is looking too good. So give me the Colts 20-24.
I agree they could get it done, but the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks, getting completely blown up by Atlanta and then going and squeaking by the Jets, if they keep that up, I don't think they got this. I mean, if they come out and play to their potential –
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They pretend like they're playing the Chiefs, then they'll win this game. But
I was gonna say it's almost like they had they had a 3-game winning streak, and they were going into the Chiefs game, and it was such a big deal. And it's like then it was a really close game. And the Chiefs, it's almost like they just kind of had this huge letdown afterwards, and they need to find a way to get geared back up because, I don't know, time's ticking.
All right. Am I up?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I'll go on to the game in Jacksonville. Tennessee is favored by a touchdown in Jacksonville, and honestly, they haven't been playing all that great. I think they did show that they can throw the ball, though. I think if they just go out there and line up and throw the ball, they can. Tannehill's playing good enough where they can do that. They don't have to run the ball, twice and, hope that they're not in a 3rd and long situation every time they get the ball. Hopefully they keep doing that. And if there's a team to do that against, it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have them winning, and I have them blowing Jacksonville out, honestly. I got them winning 28-7, Tennessee -7.
I think that the Titans kind of play down to their competition type thing that, they'll be the better team clearly on paper, but they'll make it a close game. And I see that happening in a division game this week. So I got Tennessee winning, but I have Jacksonville covering +7. Tennessee 28, Jacksonville 23.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Will. I think the Titans do play down sometimes. It's a close divisional matchup. The last time they played, Titans barely won 33-30, so that kind of weighed on me a little bit. And this being a bigger spread, I also took Jag +7. Titans win 27-21. Jags cover 7 though. It's me now, right?
Yep.
All right. So this one's pretty fun. I'm still kind of confused, but I gave it the old college try. Jets at Hawks. We all know Hawks lost last week to the Giants, which was kind of surprising. And Jets put up a really good fight against the Raiders. So the Hawks are 13-point favorites. That's a really big spread. And I feel like the Jets have been losing, but losing barely. But old Russell Wilson usually doesn't lose 2 games back-to-back. I think the Seahawks, even with the poor defense, I think they find a way to stop the Jets, and the Jets look bad because they are bad. So I have the Seahawks covering the 13-point spread. Jets 14, Seahawks 35. I think DK and Russell really light up the score sheet this week, honestly.
I disagree. I think this is a classic, like Seattle will for sure win this game, but I just don't. They're not playing ever since the Bills game when they scored 34 points. Their offense has just not been putting up enough points. So when I saw, I think if this was a 9 or 10-point spread, it'd be a lot harder to pick for me. But 13 points, I think, is definitely enough for me to say the Seahawks will win but not cover. So I'm actually taking the Jets. Seattle 30, New York 20.
I'm with Carlos on this one. I think the Seahawks offense bounces back. I think they're gearing up for a playoff one right here. They have to score a lot of points. They have to win a lot of games, and I think Russell Wilson's one of those players that's going to make it happen. I got them winning 33-10. Seattle -13. I think Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf get going this week and hit it
They
off.
should just throw Hail Marys, because then the Jets will just rush like 9 defenders and they'll score.
All out blitz. They go.
Yeah, shout out to their defensive coordinator.
Yep.
Oh man, that's rough.
I like that. I like his call, by the way. I blame the corner more than I blame the defensive coordinator for biting like on a slant when it's a Hail Mary situation.
I know, but you gotta have a safety over the top over there to help out at least. But
you gotta not bite on a slant if you're thinking.
I kind of like it because if they would have just no one's expecting an all-out blitz, right? So it's obviously stupid and it didn't work. But like, if they were just overwhelmed and it blew up, you'd be like, "That's awesome! What a bold move!"
Yeah.
It just didn't work because the guy, like you said, he got toasted. Okay. New Orleans at Philadelphia. I don't think that you benched your starting quarterback and the rookie backup bonus is as high as the we just fired our head coach bonus, but it does exist. So Jalen Hurts is starting for the Eagles. They're at home against New Orleans. New Orleans has got a good defense, and they're the much better team. And Philadelphia, even 14 weeks in the season, feels like they're just still trying to find their way. But I don't think that Taysom Hill is going to light up the scoreboard by any means. So New Orleans is a 7-point favorite, and I'm taking New Orleans to win by 6, so I'll take Philadelphia +7. New Orleans 24, Philadelphia 18.
I'm right there with you. I think Jalen Hurts gives them just enough spark to keep it close. I think it's close to the third quarter, and New Orleans pulls away at the end. I have them winning 24-20. Philadelphia plus 7.
Yeah, I went back and forth this game. I really like the way Tyson Hill has been playing. I know you guys hate him for some reason. Well, Will hates him for sure for some
I don't
reason.
hate
I
him.
don't know
He's just
why.
not a good quarterback. I like him as
Dude,
a punt returner. I think that's cool.
Fullback.
He was touchdowns
Dude, I
last
actually
week.
really
left
love
and
those
right,
guys who play
so
all over the place. I think that's cool. I just don't think he's a very good quarterback.
Yeah, he's a real Swiss Army knife over there. And I don't know, man. I think that defense is going to be too much for the Eagles. So I'm going to take the Saints -7. I know it's kind of scary. I actually did go back and forth a lot in this game. But I think the Saints defense just doesn't let the Eagles get rolling. And that's what really played the major factor in my head. So give me the Saints 27, Eagles 14.
All right. Man, it's a blowout. Atlanta Atlanta playing the Chargers this week. Atlanta's only favored by 2 points. And honestly, after last week's Chargers performance, there is nothing you can say to make me pick the Chargers in this game. 3 separate punt returns this last week. The Chargers had either 10 or 12 players on the field. In a row. Like, they didn't fix it. They just they had too many players, they had not enough players, and that's all coaching right there. Like, that's 100%. Their coaching is probably the worst in the league. And, I'd be surprised if Anthony Lynn has a job next year. I have Atlanta winning 28-20. I think their offense has looked awesome the last couple of weeks. They're still Atlanta, and they're still not that great. But, they're scoring points, and I think the Chargers have looked bad the last couple of weeks. So I got Atlanta 28, the Chargers 20, Atlanta -2.
I agree. I don't think there's any way Anthony Lynn has a job next year. I think the coaching staff knows they're on their way out. I'm sure the players are fighting, and trying to do their best, but it's like when you're kind of in that culture of just nothing is going good and everyone's going to get fired, it's kind of hard to get up for a game. But the Falcons have been looking good. I picked them as my lock of the week last week, and they did not come through, but they had a chance right at the end of the game to win, and they didn't get a fourth down. But I like the Falcons in this game. Atlanta 21, Chargers 17.
Yeah, I'm right there with everything you guys said. I think -2. You have to pick out like an outright winner. So I think there's no way the Chargers beat Atlanta. So I got Atlanta winning 23-20. And this is it looks close on paper, but I think Chargers Chargers score right at the end to make it closer than it actually is. So I think Atlanta cruises by 23-20. Give me Atlanta -2.
The last second backdoor not cover.
Not cover, exactly. It's like that garbage time touchdown for the Chargers. Like, oh man, we have a chance, onside kick, and then and then they miss it, and then
onside kicks suck now.
It's gonna be like the Anthony Lynn, hey, look, I didn't get shut out. Can I keep my job?
Yeah.
Score a touchdown.
Can I stay?
I
already have keys.
Yeah.
Do you want to see them do the extra point, the 4th and 15 thing? Have you heard this? Sorry, onside kick, not the
onside kick, where it's a 4th and 15, and if you don't get it.
It's like a 4th and 15 at your own 20 or something instead. And if you get a first down, then it's your ball, and you just it's wherever you got the ball. And if you don't, it's the other team's ball, wherever.
I think that'd be more interesting than what's going on right now, because right now it's pretty much impossible to get an onside kick.
Yeah. I wish they just had onside kicks, but if they are going to officially kill it forever, I wish they'd change it.
I wish they could do that they used to do, where they put all 10 players on one side and they sky the ball into the air, and everyone just goes into it and just
there's a clusterfuck.
Full speed kills each other. Everyone gets a concussion. The ball's bouncing around everywhere, and then somehow someone falls on it.
So great.
It's like the only way you can get onside kick nowadays is like one of those surprise onside kicks where the kicker kicks into himself or something. Other than that, they leveled the playing field where you can't have everyone on one side, but I'm why? It's onside kick, you're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, or they
whatever.
should be like, or they should make the receiving team. They should be like 1-on-1 or something. Like, okay, if you can't put anyone on that side of the field, then neither can the
Oklahoma,
receiver.
yeah.
How fun would that be? Ball goes 10 yards. It's 1-on-1. That'd be cool. I just thought of that. Maybe I should send that in.
I got the
All
next.
right. Yeah, you got the next one.
All right, Washington and San Francisco. Washington is a 3-point underdog here. Honestly, I think this is going to be a 3-point game. I think whoever wins this game is going to be by field goal, and it's probably going to be at the end of the game. But there's no point in picking a push here because we're competing. So I have San Francisco winning 19-17, and that's just so I can,
I like that.
I don't know. I figured I think Washington might win this. I just wanted to give myself the most leeway that I could with this pick. I got Washington +3. I think San Francisco's been playing well. I mean, when they played against the Rams, they figured it out. Deebo Samuels he's an athlete. He's big. He's strong. They have, I think, infinity yards after the catch. Carlos is gone.
He'll be back. He's here in spirit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's all good.
That was weird.
At least everyone knew who you were because your name was huge on your screen. But
he's just trying to shout himself out. Like, don't forget. Carlos
who I am. No, but I mean, I think San Francisco.
he goes away and it's like all the social media handles. Whoa, sorry guys, I'm bad. I don't have it.
But Washington's defense is awesome too. I think it's gonna be a really good game. Honestly, I'm excited to watch this. But I got Washington +3.
I like your score. I think more final scores in the NFL need to end 19. That's a good one. I think Nick Mullins is secretly good, even though on this podcast I've been talking about how he's not good enough to score enough points. Washington is playing well, but I don't think that means they're actually a good team. And I think that the 49ers are still the more talented team, but there's still kind of this like snake-bitten injury season that's happening to them. You know what I mean? I think that they are better than they appear. And I think if they can get healthy and gear up, they'll be really dangerous going into next year. And anyway, I think they're playing well, so I'm taking the 49ers 27, the Washington football team 23, San Francisco -3.
Dude, I saw Alex Smith's sock, and I thought he's never walking again. Did you see it?
Oh, bro. Yeah, that was crazy. Hollow blood.
I don't want to sound like
it was
a know-it-all, but I saw the picture on Twitter, and I was like, oh, he probably just got cleated, and then I think I was right.
You were right. He absolutely did.
I don't want to sound later like, oh, I know,
No, he did, and like obviously he was just walking. He walked it off, but like,
yeah,
I saw that and I'm like, oh, Alex Smith almost died because he broke his leg right there, and now he's just squirting blood out of his sock.
What tipped me off was I didn't see a picture. I actually saw a video of him standing, and the guy was like taping his ankle, and I was like, okay, he's just like bleeding everywhere. He's not hurt. Yeah,
it was the other leg. It wasn't in the same leg.
Right, but I'm sure everyone,
got freaked out for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Eleazar in this one. I think this is a close game. San Francisco has been playing better lately, but if you're gonna give me Washington plus points, I'll take it. So I got Washington 20, San Francisco 17. Give me Washington +3.
You just
and
want
winning
Washington
outright.
to be good because they beat Pittsburgh. You just really want them to be good.
No, I guess. Well, not really, but
the only way you can save face is if Washington wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think we were due to lose.
A team with no name. Nobody.
Why couldn't you be due to lose?
A team with no name.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, Alex Smith has been playing very well. So
I'm gonna sit
on. I'll introduce Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on. I'll let you guys.
All right.
I'll just give my score at the end because this is all you guys.
Pittsburgh at Buffalo. So Pittsburgh lost last week. I've been saying we talked about it last week. Pittsburgh been playing in a ton of close games, and I've said it a lot on this podcast today. I don't necessarily kill a team for playing close games because I think good teams win close games. But I think that the Bills are rolling right now. And I think this is like the least out on a limb thing ever that two top teams in the AFC on Sunday Night Football, and I'm about to say I think it's going to be a close game. But I do think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a one-possession game. And I think the Bills just have enough offensive firepower against a good Pittsburgh defense to get it done. If Josh Allen can avoid the huge mistake, the minus 15 yard scramble sack fumble combo that he's wont to do occasionally, I think the Bills at home win this game, and I think it's relatively high scoring because I think the Bills offense is rolling, and I think the Bills defense is really taking a step back this year. Bills 30, Pittsburgh 27. Bills are actually a 2.5-point favorite in this game, which I was a little surprised. I figured it'd be more like a 1-point spread, but I'm taking Buffalo to keep it rolling and hand Pittsburgh their second loss. Buffalo minus 2.5.
I can, honestly, I can see it going both ways. I feel like the Bills' offense is really good, but I think our defense is also really good. And I feel like what you just said with Allen out there scrambling and trying to make a play, I think that could really cost them, especially with our defensive line. So I think Pittsburgh, we need to get our running game going. If we're going to be throwing the ball 50+ times a game, it's just not going to work, and especially not against good teams. So I think if we can get a little bit of a running game, we should be fine. But I mean, I'm not going to say my team's going to lose. I'm not going to just come out and say, all right, I think the Bills are better and they're going to win. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh plus 2.5. I think it's a really, really, really close game. I got Pittsburgh winning 24-23, last second field goal or something, but I can see it going either way.
One thing good for the Steelers is I agree that they need to get the run game going, and James Conner has been activated, so he will be back this week, which is a pretty big boost for them. And you can run the ball. You can definitely run the ball against this Bills defense, so I expect them to try to establish him for sure.
And I'm not going to say too much, but I will add that according to the internet, it's going to be mid-30s, snowy, rainy,
let's go,
wet, December football in Buffalo. So I think whoever gets the running game going is going to play well, hopefully. Hopefully no Bills running backs are just coughing up the ball for no reason, because I am going with Buffalo here. 27-23, Buffalo minus 2.5. Close game. I like it. I like the
I'm excited for it.
Muddy, rainy football in the cold. So I'm gonna be watching this game. I'm super excited.
Okay, Locks. Who's going first?
We're just not gonna talk about Monday Night Football.
Oh, did I skip over that one?
Baltimore at Cleveland.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get you. Baltimore is in Cleveland. Cleveland is a 1-point underdog. I think Vegas saw the beatdown that Baltimore put on the Cowboys and decided that they're the favorite. Here's the thing. This is a divisional matchup. I think it's going to be really good. And last week's Browns can beat anyone in the league. The team that we saw last week can go up the way Baker Mayfield was playing. They're going to beat anyone. I don't think they're going to show up every week, but I do think they beat Baltimore. I think Cleveland's playing well enough, especially like I said it the last couple of weeks. If Nick Chubb is running the ball well, I think they get their play action game going. They score a lot of points ish. I got Cleveland 24, Baltimore 21. Cleveland winning outright. Cleveland +1.
I wanted to pick Cleveland, but I have not been doing well, and now in the picks. I'm going 500 here and there. I haven't had a winning week in 3 weeks, and so I'm going back to the basics, and I'm going back to something I said earlier in this podcast when I said that the Green Bay Packers own the Detroit Lions, and until proven otherwise, that's the way I'm going. The Baltimore Ravens own the Browns. They have played 43 times in their history. The Ravens have won 32 times, okay? So I agree with you. I actually agree with everything you said. And I want to pick the Browns, and I think the Browns should win. But until proven otherwise, man, give me the Ravens. Okay, give me the Ravens against the Browns. I like that matchup. They're only a 1-point favorite, so it's kind of like whoever wins this game is, you don't have to worry about the spread too much. So I think the Ravens are going to win. So I think they're going to win by at least, more than 1 point. Baltimore 32, Cleveland 27.
I'll cheer for a tie.
I kind of like ties. I don't know why.
So, I mean, I agree with everything you said, Eleazar. I think the Browns are just a better team this year, honestly, over Baltimore. I think I don't know, man. I think the Browns want to kind of like make a statement, especially because we're in the same division, and they want to say, "Hey, Baltimore, you're dead," and now we're gonna come for that playoff spot. So I have Browns winning, man. I think the Browns get it done, 28-24. And if you're gonna give me a point on that, sure, I'll take it. So I'll take Browns +1, and they win outright, 28-24.
I think Myles Garrett's a game changer. I think he messes up the run game up the middle for Baltimore. I think that makes a big difference. I forgot to mention that. But all right.
Can I talk real quick about the Ravens' losses this year?
Go ahead.
Chiefs, Steelers, Patriots, Titans, Steelers. And they've every single one of those games except the Chiefs game has been a one-possession game or even into overtime. I just think they're right there, and I think Cleveland has flash and everything, but yeah. No, it's a big prove-it game. It's for sure. It's for sure a big. This is a huge opportunity for Cleveland. I think pressure's on Cleveland, and they need to. If they want to be the man, you got to beat the man, as they say. And I think it's their time to do it. I don't think they're ready.
All right. Well, that'll be a good game too. I like the primetime games this week. They're all pretty good games.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on. We'll get a lock to the weekend. I'm going first this time. It was pretty hard for me. I think none of these games really stood out for me as yeah, for sure. But just based on the scores that I have, I do have Tennessee winning 28-7, which I guess in my mind means that I'm pretty sure that Tennessee's going to win by at least a touchdown. So I'll take Tennessee -7 as my lock of the week over Jacksonville.
This was a hard week for me to pick. And I still haven't quite made up my mind. I don't know if that's clear. I'm stalling is what I'm doing. Okay. I'm taking Green Bay -7. Green Bay gets it rolling in the Dome in Detroit. I think they win this game by 10 points. I think the Lions kind of do that thing where they're like hanging around midway through the third quarter, and you kind of think they have a chance, and then Green Bay puts them away. So my lock of the week is Green Bay -7.
Okay, I can see it. I can respect it.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, you guys put me in a tough spot over here. I think I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'll roll. No, I won't even roll that. I'll say Atlanta beats the Chargers -2. Give me Atlanta -2 lock of the week.
I like that one. That was an alternate of mine. I like that. That's a good pick.
All right, gentlemen, I gotta go. It's been a pleasure.
All right, have a good one, man. See you guys.
Good luck. We'll see you guys next week.
I got 16-0 this time, so we'll see how that.
If you do, you have to start actually gambling.
Yeah, probably.
That's insane.